Y'all know it's that time again here in Nassau, Bahamas. It's our annual Player Alliance Stakeholders Meeting, and we're at the beautiful Baha Mar in the Jazz Club. Amazing spot. We got to thank Baha Mar for letting us come here for one of our favorite topics, off the record, on the field, and we are joined by some classics. Mr. Gary Sheffield to my left, Mr. Sam Allen to my right, and bringing up batting third, Termarr Johnson. And of course, we have our founding board member, Edwin Jackson, our vice chair, CC Sabathia, and I'm Curtis Granderson. And what a great topic we have today, because we got a living legend right here. Soon to be 90 years old, coming from the Negro Leagues, now being honored and recognized by Major League Baseball. Sam, you got to tell us, your journey getting into the Negro Leagues, would you ever think that you'd be sitting here having the conversations with multiple generations after you about your journey and how everything came to be with such great leagues and such great organizations that you were a part of?
Yeah, well, my journey started long time ago. My grandfather used to carry me to the baseball game in his arms. See, my grandmother made him carry me because after the game he had to come home because he had to bring me home. but when I was 5 years old, I knew all the catchers, you know. They was my uncle and them said, "Come here." But the catcher, give me the signals. I could give you the signals, you know. And I was fortunate because grew up 2 blocks from the ballpark. It was the Piedmont League during that time. This was before integration. Now this was during World War II. Wow. Yeah, back in I started school in 1942, see. And we used to play baseball on the street. Every neighborhood had a baseball game. At school, you played baseball. I mean, baseball, and you didn't have television, but you listened at the game on the radio. If you didn't go to the ballpark, you listen at the game on the radio. So naturally, baseball is part of my DNA. And the only problem that I could play, but the fellow told me, Sam said, the only problem we have with you is you're not going to be big enough to play. So I said, man, but that thing hurt me. I was growing, but I was strong. I had a lot of strength. And they would jump on me because I was small, but I got an arm that's got a hook, but I had a terrible left hook. Yeah, I had a terrible left hook. And but I played baseball in the school. I'd start hitting the ball up on the school, but playing semi-pro ball, I remember in 1952, Willie Mays was the Rookie of the Year in 1951, and we had a fellow named Joe Lewis. He was the backup catcher with Sandtop with the Philadelphia Hilldales. They played against the Kansas City Monarchs in 1924 World Series. And he lived in our area, and he was a promoter. So we were playing semi-pro ball. Sometimes you get popsicle, you might get a soda, hot dog sometimes, maybe you got $1.50. $2. So they carry me with Mays. Mays is at Fort Houston. He's in the Army. So what he's doing, during that time, you played ball in the military 5 days a week. So on the weekend, he made his extra money with the All-Star team. So they said, come on, I'm going to play with Willie Mays. I said, what? I had one of them little 3-finger gloves, Stan Musial, I'll never forget. I'm in left field, Mays in center. Man, the guy hit a ball out there, and the glove went one way, the ball went the other way. Mays said, man, you got to get you a glove. I said, so that evening, when we finished, man, they gave me $50. Oh, man, I couldn't wait to get back to Norfolk. They said, no, we going to Winston-Salem and play tonight. That's what, tonight? Oh, man, I was out there in the field half asleep. I couldn't wait to get back to Norfolk. Now, I made $100, look, in one day. Look, I hadn't been making that kind of money in a month. So I started playing in Pittsburgh Pirates. They had a trout. Now, look, during that time, they had the minor league. Pittsburgh had about 8 teams. But see, here's the catch. 8 D teams, they had all types of, this was the beginning of integration. See, so you're not going to have so many of us on a team. See, so you got to be the best of who you look like. So what happened, when you play that 1 year, the next year, you move up. Now, they don't have but 4 teams. So that means 4 teams in the street. So I went to Cincinnati's camp and down in Douglas, Georgia. We had to wait about 2 weeks because they were passing that law about blacks and whites playing on the same field. So they didn't pass it. So we were in Douglas, Georgia. The Braves, they were in Waycross. All of the minor league teams was in Georgia. And there was a guy named Bill Powell. He played with Birmingham with Mays. And the plane flew over. So Powell said, Junior, tell you something. See that plane? I said, yeah. He said, it's 50 players on that plane. There was Cubans. He said, now, it comes twice a year. They bring them, and then they come pick them up. So now y'all got to go somewhere and look for a job. So I said, what? So I met a fella named Bob Mitchell. He was from West Palm Beach, Florida. He had been with the Monarchs. He said, Sam, let me take my number, because you're not going to make it here. But, so you call me. So I said, no, I ain't worried about that. But I was hitting. I'm hitting that, you know.
I'm going to make this here.
Man, shit, I didn't talk about a grown man crying. Look, when you go down to one of them camps, you see about 300 players, and you say be down to about 80 or something. You say, well, I'm on my way, you know. Then you look in that far corner, and they tell you pick up your travel money. Oh, Lord, you break down and cry, man. Woo, I cried like a baby. But Mitchell, when I got home, my mama said, no, you got a scholarship. You can go to college, you know. But I'm hard-headed. I'm doing what I want to do. This is my dream, play baseball, because Jackie Robinson inspired. When Jackie Robinson broke in, everybody, I walk around with my glove and looking for baseball games, see. But I called Bob Mitchell, and the Monarchs, they had been practicing. He said, come on down here, you can make this team. I had $25. I got me a $19 ticket to Jacksonville, Florida. Got on the bus between Norfolk and Suffolk. Forgot I had a pair of French Rounder shoes and left them on top. Somebody stole my shoes. I said, oh my God. I told the bus driver, I said, hey man, somebody stole my shoes. So he drive me. He said, well, what you want me to do, buy you a new pair? He ain't never looked around. Now I'm mad, man. Like I'm talking about Boy, look at me ride all the way from Norfolk to Jacksonville. When I get to Jacksonville, the Monarchs getting on the bus, getting ready to come back to Charleston. So now I got to get off this bus, get on the bus to get to Jackson. They haven't seen me play because they've been in training. When we get to Charleston, the guy named Jim Williams, they had some shysters out there. There was a lot of shysters. He had 3 ball players with him. He said, yeah, the bus broke down by the Okefenokee, and told Dismute, Dismute was the manager with the Monarchs. He was well dressed. He wore a suit every day, beaver hat, looked like a preacher, and real father's figure. He said, look, Dismute, I need to use some of your players because we're in the park loaded with people. Now, you can't let that money go now. So he said, well, look, let me have some of your players. So they let me play with Jacksonville that day. And first time up, I think I got a single. Then I struck out. And I said, now, Lord, look here, I got $6 in my pocket. Can't go back home now because Mama gonna kill me. So next time up, I was lucky enough I caught one with this crooked arm. She went over there. See, I could hit the home run. I didn't hit them like y'all hit them up 450 and I hit them 400. That was my limit, about 410, you know. Just over the fence. Yeah, so I hit one over the fence. Then the next time I stole a couple of bases because I could run. And then I could drag now, I could bunt. Yeah. See, and so Dismuke that evening, he said, look, so I ain't worried about you. We beat the Monarchs. He said, but I ain't worried about you beating me no more. He said, look, sign this contract. I didn't even look at the contract. It was $150, but look, I got a $2 a day meal money, and I ain't got to go back home. So look, man, when they put me in a room, we had a Cuban named Joe Arenas. He's about that big. Look, and we got a room. I go up to the room. Got one bed in the room. I turned around, went back down, they saw me sleeping on the sofa. That's what you see. I said, man, look, ain't nobody in that room. I said, Joe got the whole bed. And look, he don't speak English and I don't speak Spanish. Yeah, so I told him, so they said, get you another roommate. I said, I appreciate it. But that was a good run. I enjoyed baseball. Baseball has been real good to me. Yeah.
You talk about a good run. That was a great run. You went from being introduced to the game by your grandfather taking you out there to learning it, to jumping out of airplanes and meeting some of the best to ever do it and being one of the best to ever do it. Yeah. And the stories, that's why we got everybody here, because there's a lot of overlap here. You had talked about, listening to the game on the radio and seeing that. Yeah. And Chef, you and I talked about this, how you learned the game from listening to the radio. As you came up and listened and went out there and not 400-foot home runs, then 450-foot home runs. That's what you was able to do. How were you able to transition all that from Tampa, Florida area to ultimately being a 500 home run career hitter?
When I'm hearing Miss Allen's story, man, everything's starting to make sense to me. And it's like, their generation, our generation, Termarr's generation, it's starting to make sense. And we're on assignment. It feels like we're on assignment. And what he was saying about the way he learned the game, and my granddad was big Hank Aaron fan, and we didn't have no TV to watch no games, and when we finally got a TV, it was only certain games on. So I used my imagination and started figuring out, like, that commentator, that he became the most important person to me. That radio announcer, he would talk about the game, he would get excited, and he'd talk about just a fly ball. And then all of a sudden, when certain plays happened, then it made you figure out what happened. And then when I got on the baseball field and started playing, now I know what he was talking about. And now my instincts are faster. I'm making better decisions, quicker decisions. I'm able to think fast. So everything that I'm hearing, man, is just like we're on assignment.
Yeah, and that's an amazing assignment. And we were blessed, Edwin, Cece, and I, to be there in 2022. When Termarr Johnson was drafted by the Pittsburgh Pirates, got a chance to meet you and your family, to set that record-breaking class of 9 black players drafted in the first round, with you being one of the top picks coming from Atlanta, Georgia. We had talked about, as you see this journey, this connection, the South and being down there. Atlanta's home for you. Atlanta is where you went to school. Atlanta is where you've given back. Playing in that area, still calling that place home, how has your journey been, and then getting a chance to hear from these 2 individuals up to this point?
It's been really cool, just first off, starting the game off with my family, starting the game off coming out of the womb, coming out of my mother's womb, my oldest brother handed me a baseball, so that was the first thing that I learned coming in this world, and it's been really good to me. Being able to have conversations, make connections, learn from a lot of people, learn from a lot of OGs, different generations, and learn about their stories, man. You guys give me some hope. You see what I'm saying? I'm going through my process, and I'm trying to make it and be great. I want to be the best, and you guys have done it. So it's really cool hearing you guys' story, taking the pieces and taking the pieces of you guys' puzzle and putting it together for me and everything like that. But it's great just hearing from you, Mr. Allen, hearing from all you guys just giving me pointers, and it's been great. I know I can take the little things, but I know I have a question for you. When you were talking, you were talking about all the scrutinization. You started integration when you were playing baseball and everything like that. And it's a little bit different, this day and age with social media and how guys scrutinize you and everything like that. But it's a little bit more in person for you and more up close. So I was wondering for yourself, like, how did you deal with it, with it being so out and open and in person, as opposed to like nowadays it's kind of in social media and stuff.
I tell people, even though you're down south, they might call you names, and you may have to eat on the side, get through the one and the, but the main thing in baseball is you got to hit that ball. If you can't hit that ball, you ain't got to worry about none of that. You going home. See, that ball, look, this is what you concentrated on. Look, that's the only thing, look, what I try to do. See, when I'm being the smallest one, every time you go to town, guy like him trying out, they say, well, you see me in left field. See, I'm a left fielder. See, now I got to battle every day. See, but that baseball, hey, as long as you gonna hit that ball, and I could get on base and steal them bases, I got a job. Yeah, but I don't care what you say about, you can call me anything. Hey, but that ball, that's the main thing. You got to be true to the game.
Yeah, but I got a question too. It's like, I know the answer to it, but I want to hear your answer. With all the guys that you just named, Willie Mays and all those guys and Satchel Paige, do you think y'all was better than the white players that was in the big leagues? If y'all put y'all best group and their best group together, was y'all the best?
Oh, yeah.
See, that means a lot to me because the reason being is when we talk about records and numbers.
Now, I'm going to tell you, Billy Williams' brother Frank, and I were roommates. And it's a travesty, those guys from down Pritchard, Mobile area, a lot of ball players. That Mobile, more black ball players from Mobile, Birmingham, Oakland, ball players. I mean, great ball players. But what you were saying, you had to be better, and plus they had a quota system during that time. We wasn't gonna have so many on the team. See, you might have one would be a pitcher, and one would be a regular player. And then the pitcher, they pitched him to death when it's cold weather. By the time the weather came down, they burned out the arm. Because I know Joe Black was saying when he was pitching, say Chuck Dresden told him, said, look, he was what, rookie of the year? Look, you need to get another pitch. So he started working on another pitch and lost his hop on his fastball. Yeah, because I don't care how hard you throw that ball, if it's not live, they're going to hit it 100 miles.
So the numbers that they put up, the white players put up, y'all could have negated most of that, right?
Oh, yeah, and then you had some black players they talk about, like Dan Bankhead. He pitched with the Dodgers. He came from the Negro League. He got a 10-4 record, but you never hear him talk about that. Yeah, see? That was in 47 when you had 5 blacks. So you had Jackie, Dan Bankhead, Larry Doby, Hank Thompson, and Willard Brown. Wow. But the only one you think about in 47, you said Jackie Robinson. Yeah. See, but the history, our history, and then it was a lot of great ball players, like you talk about Rube. We was talking about Rube Foster. When he started the Negro League in 1920, he said, I want to play the caliber of ball, so whenever they let us in, we be ready. That's the caliber ball. Then they were talking about the Eastern Color League. That was the league was backed by the white owners to try to put him out of business, but he survived. He survived it.
And kind of to that point, as you mentioned, I mean, see, you talked about your journey coming up with Cleveland and two greats that you had a chance to be a part of that kind of helped mold your career, with Mudcat Grant and Bob Feller, and them telling you stories kind of to go along with this question about how they would travel and Bob Feller would play against the Satchel Paige All-Stars, and what were the results of them games and them stories you would hear?
Yeah, nah, I mean, it was, like Sam said, I mean, the black players were the better players, and, putting those All-Star teams together, and I feel like integration. I feel like when I was younger, I felt like they integrated it. I felt like I thought they integrated us like doing us a favor. But now that as I got older, I feel like we did them a favor. You know what I'm saying? Like the fans wasn't coming to the white games no more because, you want to see the best players, and the best players are in the Negro Leagues. But something that Sam said earlier in his when he was talking, when he said, baseball is in my DNA. Baseball has always been in my DNA. Baseball has always been in his DNA. He was born a baseball player. I was born a baseball player. I never understood why until I walked into that Negro League Museum and I saw Satchel Paige with his own plane, and I saw all of this shit, and I'm like, all of this stuff, and I'm like, oh no, because I get like, but because this is our game. Yeah. They tried to take it away from us. They tried to pretend like we weren't supposed to be who we are. Like, we hold all the records. We hold all the records. It's always been us. You know what I'm saying? And I always felt out of place being a baseball player when I got older, because I was always it was all white teams. You know what I'm saying? Like, as you get better, as you get older, you got to leave your neighborhood to go play with better players, right? But when I was young, I wouldn't have played baseball if my homeboys wasn't playing. You wouldn't have played if your brothers wasn't playing. Like, we played Negro League baseball. Like, I played Negro League baseball in Little League. You know what I'm saying?
And
my whole team was black.
And his brother coaching in college.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this has always been our game, and it just affirms that when I hear him say, baseball is in my DNA, because I know it's in my DNA. I just didn't know where it came from. But it's this long lineage of all these powerful, great black men that I'm descendant of. And now I know.
Yeah, it's an assignment. It's your assignment.
Yeah. I never knew that, though, until I walked into that museum. And that's why I get the appreciation for him. This is a real-life superhero to me. A real-life superhero. We would not have our lives without this man right here. So for me, Hank, Willie, all of these people, we owe them to every chance we get to show them that they are royalty to us. And I just love getting a chance to have these conversations and sit with the Kings.
Well said. Sam, I got a question for you.
Oh,
look, go ahead.
And what was amazing in the Negro League, Piper Davis, Ed Steele, he had played with the Hollywood Stars, and he probably would have gone to the majors. He was about his size, could throw, strong, and what he would do, he was the manager of the Detroit Stars, and he would pinch hit. Now I'm gonna show you what he would do. He'd foul the ball off until he got a pitch that he liked. That's what he could do. You could throw that ball and he could foul it off. He fouled it off until he hit one. That's how good he was. Yeah.
And to hear that, because Edwin and Cece, y'all pitch some of the best pitchers in the game. To know someone's just gonna constantly foul off, that's not. We try. That's a hard thing to do.
I know,
we
that's
try.
what I'm talking about.
They tell you to fight and do that. The fact that someone can do that.
So what we do, we used to just put him on base because you're gonna get a hit.
But you talk about like the lineage and everything. You have the military side. Edwin, you were born on a military base, and obviously that DNA was still in you, even though you were born in Germany. How did that come to be? And then I'm sure there was obviously some connection points that you see here.
No, that's what I say. Like you say, the game, all y'all say, the game is born in you. I was the same way. I come from an athletic household. My mom's softball player. My dad played baseball and basketball. Some country folks right outside of Montgomery, Alabama. That's all I knew too, sports. It don't matter. I was born in Germany, but the DNA and the bloodline follow me where I am. You know, I was born on a military base. The respect that I have for y'all to be able to stop. I'm trying to imagine being a kid, getting drafted, and then or playing baseball with the league, and then all of a sudden I gotta stop and I gotta go serve the country. Serve you a few years, and now I'm coming back to play baseball. I can't imagine what y'all went through, but it's the times and it's what helped build y'all, because I'm sure y'all coming back from wars or from serving, you coming back on the field, and there's nothing that can stop you. Even hearing the people call you names, all that, you just come back from people trying to kill you. You just coming back from war with people trying to kill you if you deployed, and you get to come back and play a game. So I would imagine, as hard as it is, you happy to be back from war and be on the field doing what you love to do, aside from listening to everybody in the stands, which kind of go to my next question. You said something that caught my attention. You said you brought your hat and y'all went to church on the road. So y'all went to church in every city y'all went to, y'all was going to church?
No, what you do, you couldn't start a game till after church down south. You put your hat on, go to church, and you say, well, where's the closest restaurant? Now, you know it ain't no restaurant around there. I said, look, where do you get restaurants to get something to eat? I know it ain't no restaurant around. The old lady said, you ain't got to worry about nothing to eat. You come to my house. Oh, wow. You go, they put big bowl of chicken, salad. See, that's what you had to do. And you had to, but now, I know when we were on the road, we were in Chicago, and never forget, we went to Robert's Show Lounge, see Dakota State. And this is my first time in Chicago. I got my hat broke on the side. We go to the club. So the guy said, you got to check that hat. I said, he said, no, you got to check the hat. That's $5. Now, I didn't know. So the fella said, look, I got it. So we drinking beer. So he get 4 of us. So the lady bring us 8 beers. He said, I know how to put 1 beer. So she ain't said nothing to me. Then what the deal is, you got a minimum table charge. See, you could have got the best of anything. Wow. See, and I jumps up and go to the bathroom, wash my hands, and the dude handed me a towel, and I walk. He said, "Hey, man, that's $2." And I got to give him $2. So the next day, look, we had a suitcase where you had your hot plate, pan. You go get them beans. See, you in the hotel. And the hotel detective said, look, I know ain't nobody cooking no beans in this hotel, look. So we got the fan blowing the scent out. Well, he keep walking. Man, we had to eat them beans half.
Cooking and eating them up as you're traveling and rolling to go.
Sir. Well, I'm telling you.
So, another story or another question I want to ask you, we talked about how integration, you said you think it did them a favor, the reverse, and you talked about Rube Foster. There's a lot of stories I've heard with Jackie going in. That wasn't the ultimate goal. I heard the goal was to bring a whole team from the Negro Leagues to the Major Leagues.
Right. They tricked. See, Jackie Robinson went in. He was under the impression that they were going to bring a Negro League team into the Major Leagues. Now, years ago, before, they had Negro League teams that used to represent cities. See, but they thought they were going to bring us into the organized ball, but they didn't do that. See, they got the players, and just like with Branch Rickey, with Ethel Manley, she cursed him out till she died because he snatched Don Newcomb. She didn't get a dime for Don Newcomb.
I'm glad to hear. I'm glad you're saying this.
Monty Irvin. She said that the press was on her, so she sold them to the Giants. I think she said she got $5,000, bought her a mink coat.
Well, I'm glad to hear that because it's things I be wanting to say, but you're saying it now. But I'm gonna say it in a different way later after you finish.
Look, and I heard a fellow yesterday said he's in AA ball wearing a $3,500 suit. I said, good basis, easy. Man, look, I know Bill White and Monty Irvin, we were together, and Monty Irvin said when Bill White came up to the Giants, he put a suit on the bed. That was his roommate. He said, "What you got there?" He had one of them J.C. Penney suits. Said, "Minor Herbs, hey, carry that back." Said, "Man, you in the big leagues." So he made him carry that back and buy a suit. See, that was one thing about Negro League baseball. You see, you travel, you go to Birmingham, you go to Memphis, they got the sample shoe store. See, now you get Johnson, Murphy shoes, sample shoes. See, you got the Ben and the Wonder. So now what you do, get you some can of polish, and that one that's darker than the other one, you can, and by the time you polish them, they look the same. Yeah. You get a chance to go to New Orleans, they had a store, I think Reuben said one of them, they had like a $10, you get there early, they had a $10 table, see. So by the time we hit New York, man, we had a silk shirt and pants. You thought we were playing with the Yankees, we strutting. But I really enjoyed it. Look, when I played in Yankee Stadium, man, I strutted in there and looked in there and seen that big refrigerator with the beer, the sodas, and all that stuff. I said, man, good gracious. But I played Evans Field too. I played Evans Field a week before they tore it down, next to the last game at Evans Field.
Did you play at Polo Grounds too?
No, I didn't play Polo Ground, but I played Evans Field in the Yankee Stadium. Yeah.
You said you was going to add to it.
See, I didn't want to interrupt that because it was spot on, because the thing is that it's things I be wanting to say, but it's probably not the popular thing to say from either side.
Yeah.
But the thing that I always looked at how, to me, when I'm hearing is the whites played the long game. And when they brought in Jackie Robinson, see, they wasn't really taking care of us. That's how I looked at it. So I'm gonna ask you, was Jackie Robinson crossing the line a good thing? Because I look at it as, if the business is not buttoned up, it can't be a good thing. Because now, when I was on my way out, I made a statement that because I saw a pattern of black players and the numbers was coming down drastically. And so I made a statement to get people aware of it, to do something about it. And when those numbers start coming down, I started getting attacked by the media. And what happened was the Latinos came to my side and backed me. We was teammates at the time when I made this statement. And so what I said is, when you're talking about the international draft and all this type of stuff, they're not part of the draft like international players. So they get a posting fee to keep Asian baseball, Korean baseball, Venezuelan baseball, Dominican baseball alive. We didn't get a posting fee for the Negro League, so it died. What if we would have got a posting fee with the Negro League, and now that if the numbers are coming down in Major League Baseball, we can go back to the Negro League and play.
Right.
But we don't have that. Right. So I know it's not the popular thing to say, but I don't think anybody has ever said it. So I'll be the first to say it.
Right. Now, I tell you, I was a friend of Kirk Flood, because I was in Cincinnati camp. 1956, Flood played in the Carolina League. He hit about 350, close to 50-some home runs, drove in over 100 and some runs. But Cincinnati had Vita Pinson and Frank Robbins. They weren't ready for an all-black outfield, so they sent him back to Class A ball to try to make him a third baseman. And that's when Ricky and them drafted him from the Cincinnati to St. Louis, see? And he tested that because he had to be bitter from the beginning, But and what they do, they start at the bottom. See, I'm gonna show you what the problem is. Now, just like in my hometown, I'm going back now because no one, I guess we now, one time we used to have a resistance. If you swung at me, we laying down now. We're not fighting. See, so I'm with the fellow. When I get back home, we're going to all the civic leagues and getting the children from 5 to 12, all of them, and we're going to start our own league. See, the city, they misused the RBI. They started playing in July and played 10 games. Man, that's just enough on the paper to say that we played.
Right.
You see, but we got to do it ourselves. See, we wait for other people to do for us what we need to do for ourselves.
Right.
Like you said, when we had our own teams, we control that.
Right.
See, but you can't control anything else. Right. See, now we make money and we live good. This part of us have lived good, but this bottom, when integration came, see, in our neighborhoods were strong. You lived there, the doctor lived down the street, school teacher lived there. But when integration came, they moved out. Right. See, and they left the drug man, the only one in corruption, the only one left in the neighborhood.
Yeah, but see, what you're saying is that it plays right into my thought process. And we're talking about, you know, this generation here, right, of white people. I have white friends, and I talk the same way to them.
Yeah.
And so they understand me better. And so the thing is that they don't want to take the blame of the past, but they have similar traits of what they did in the past. So like we got kids that play in infield, and what they do is they put them in the outfield. That's still happening today.
Yeah, that's what they
So
do.
so it's the same thing. Yeah. So it's like you don't want the blame of the past, but you have the same traits. So when I'm hearing you talk, all of this stuff is coming back to me of all of what's happening right now. They just do it different.
Right.
And so the people that they like, they take care of. The people that they don't, they can't even tell you why they dislike you. They dislike you because you're not no go along, get along.
Right. Yeah.
And that's what it becomes. So what I'm hearing is survival skills. CC said something yesterday about how it was for him getting out of his neighborhood, what he felt. It was life and death. I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
And then I'll come back and take care of my people, but I got to get out of here because the DNA was in him as a baseball player to do that.
You know, and I think that's the situation that makes it so challenging is that you played in the 40s, 50s, 60s. You played and finished up, 2010? 9, 10, right there. Mm-hmm. You know, we got a chance. You in it, and the stories still continue to stay very similar. Like tomorrow, I know when you came from Atlanta, from your high school, probably very diverse. You signed, you now join your minor league team. Different probably than the teams you had played for. Are you sensing and seeing similar patterns once you join these teams? Like, wait a minute, hold on. It's not as many as I thought would be here, whether it's coaches, whether it's trainers, whether it's GMs, whether it's teammates, whether it's infielders or outfielders. How has that experience been for you so far early in your career?
Yeah, I mean, seeing the more you go up, the more leagues, the more teams you play for, it gets a little less and less. You know, you try to cherish the teammates that you have, you know, black, white, but like as far as like the black teammates that I have, like you get a few, you know, but those few teammates, man, you just try to build a good relationship with because I know it's not many of us, you know what I'm saying? And it only gets less and less the more you go and everything like that. So the teammates that I've had so far, just trying to make sure that I build a good relationship with them, talk, you know, about life experiences. I mean, it's the same story. It's crazy, man. Like, it's actually the same exact story. So just, you know, now that I know that, you know what I'm saying, I'm just trying to do whatever I can to, like, you know, make sure I'm doing the right things when the story comes along for me and everything like that. But, you know, just trying to, whoever in the organization or whoever in the game of baseball who is black, you know, I just try to build a relationship with, you know, hear a little bit, and, you know, just apply it to myself and, you know, try to help other guys, help my teammates or whoever needs help out in the game, because that's what it's all about, man. We're all just trying to win at the end of the day. So anything that I can do to help the next guy, I'm gonna do that.
Well, that's why I'm excited about what we're doing here, and like having a chance to have him sit in the room with Andre Dawson and have Ty Pete, and like we didn't get that, but like it feels like we're training them to be. We leaving the game in a better spot. You know what I'm saying? Like having them around and having them understand what we feel, and them knowing, like us understanding what they feel, what they going through, and them understanding it's all the same. Like we said, it's been going on for 60 years. Sorry, I keep cussing. Stuff been going on for 60 years. You know what I'm saying? And we all got similar stories. We all from the same place. You know what I'm saying? So it validates what we started, what we're doing, having him sitting here talking about what his experiences, what he's going through, sitting here with Sam Allen.
And also, I just want, for me personally, I just want to say what you went through, you didn't go in vain.
Absolutely not.
Because I feel like I'm gonna do my part.
Right.
Liked, disliked, it don't matter to me one bit.
Right.
Because I know when I hear your story and others' story, it reminds me I did the right thing for my people.
Right.
And I'm not ashamed of it. Huh?
We got to keep going.
And we got to keep going. So don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed to take care of black people.
Oh yeah, but that's
You see?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't be ashamed.
Oh no. Got
No.
to be true to the game.
That's right. That's right.
That was you. He crazy.
You see?
But to everybody but us. Like, he ain't crazy. What y'all mean he crazy? Like, you hear Sheffield, like, man, what y'all talking about? Like, I'm in the locker room with him. What y'all talking about? He crazy. I'm like, man, he a good teammate. But it's the percent, like you said, it's the narrative that get put on you just because you speaking out for something you passionate for.
I'll take it, man.
And you took it. You said that. You came through the clubhouse and said it. I'll take
It's
it.
made me gravitate towards him. Like him being so truthful and so honest, and him, like, whenever he talking about whatever, it made me like, oh, I got to go stand next to that. You know what I'm saying? I need to understand, like, where that comes from. Because that's what I want to be, but, I need to understand, you know what I'm saying, how to play this game and still be that. Like, so that's what made me, and we never played together.
That's right. That's
we
why
never
I
ever
was say
played
we
together.
never played together.
We never played together.
We played together. We
Yeah.
had these conversations. And I watched Curtis. And that's why when I met your mom, I gave her flowers, and I told her what a great job she did in raising you. I told her, I don't care what age group it is, I'm gonna come with the honesty. Because you owe your mom everything for what she did. Because she kept you grounded in that same place you played. They tried to get you to go somewhere else and help other organizations. Your mom said, he gonna stay right here and make it here. And your talent was so good that you showed them where your mom placed you to make it in the first round. And she should be commended for that, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say to you, teammates, we had these conversations. Yes, we did. And when we go and talk to Mr. Allen, man, all this stuff is coming full circle. Now I'm more on a mission. I'm more on a mission.
I'm still on a mission.
So even when you came in here, you went down and touched your toe, I say, I'm on a mission.
Still on a mission.
And that mission's continuing. I mean, we talk about Termarr being here, but CC and Chef, y'all both have sons that are that age, but coming through college. Yes. How are those conversations at home? I know you talked about it so great having Termarr here and hearing from Andre Dawson. Obviously, Andre's not in the house all the time with you, but Hall of Famer, soon to be Hall of Famer. Those conversations at home, hearing it from Dad, you know how it is. Yeah. Dad is different.
But CC is like me though. We don't talk about our sons to be more than what they are. We looking for opportunities just like everybody else. They still have to go out and do it. I'd rather my son go about it the hard way because that way I know he's built for it. And if you can't get through those times after what Mr. Allen been through, what CC been through, what Termarr's been through, Jack, you, me, you got to go through it too. Now, if I get a chance to pay for a predetermined outcome, I will.
I will. But the adversity has to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, the conversations that we had, that I have with Karsten, or even Carter now, because Carter's turned into a good ball player. It was like I talk about. For me, it was survival. You know what I mean? Like, I had to do what I did to have a life. I had to survive. So they don't have to do that. But you got to find another motivation. You got to find another way or another, thing that's going to, make you want to get there. You know what I mean? And having those conversations with the boys and, having them grow up in baseball and understand what I went through. I think me putting that doc out and, like, them watching that doc and understanding, like, oh, my life was, it was rough. I think that helps them understand me a little more, for sure.
And then, Edwin, for you, like, Chef, you brought up a good point about Termarr staying grounded where he's at. Edwin, you've probably facing those challenges right now. They're probably coming at your kids a little younger, saying, okay, let's go here, let's go there, let's travel. How do you keep them in the spot that's probably going to hopefully be the most valuable for them with all this other external noise that's coming at them, whether it's a team that doesn't look like them or a team that does, but it's somewhere else? Like, how are you navigating that with you and your family?
I think the biggest thing for me right now, man, I just focus on development. I want to go right now. My son, 14, he can't get drafted at 14. He was a late bloomer. He came at a late start, wanted to do work, and I never did push him. Like, my wife would be like, when you going to take him outside? When you going to throw? And I'm like, I'm going to ask a couple times, and after that, you got to want it. I said, you coming into a unique situation. You got a name, first of all. It's going to be good and bad, because now it's going to get you indoors to do stuff. But everybody coming after you. Oh, that's so-and-so kid. Right. So it's tricky when you got to let them fall sometimes. Like see, and Chef said, you can't coddle them because the game is not going to coddle them. When they have a name, everything is going to be, you here because of your daddy, you here because of your daddy. So they're going to have to prove themselves, and they're going to have to do it. So right now, I'm in a spot where I just want him to get developed, because by the time he going into high school next year, 9th and 10th grade, you can be a late bloomer, but when you got genetics, you can catch up. Oh yeah. Like he got stupid potential that he don't even know, but he got to work with it. The younger one, he's more natural. You know, every kid is gonna be different. The younger one, he just pick up anything. He pick up that first time he leg kicking. I'm like, my wife like, you taught him that? I'm like, I'm on the road. How I teach him that? he would have eat your road. I'm like, and he got balance. But like I say, right now, like C said, well, I'm big on development, so I just want him to get developed, and he gonna go through his hardship. So by the time he do get ready to take the next level, if that's what he want to do, he got the development part into it.
That's what I keep saying. I be like with the kids, development over exposure. That's right. Make sure they're ready, especially for our kids. You know what I'm saying? Because like he said, whenever they sign up for, people gonna know exactly who their father is, their family, and all that. So they better be ready. You better be ready, cuz. You know what I'm saying? So like, you want to go to perfect game, you want to do all this stuff, you better be ready, because they are looking for you. You know what I'm saying? So I always say development over exposure.
And my thing is too, Kurt, like I say, like his level, they got it's a travel ball. It's like a mid-grade travel. They got the AA, the AAA, and majors. If a coach would have put him at a level that I know he deserved, I would have looked less at the coach, and I probably been like, I'm going to a different organizations, because I don't want you to put my son somewhere because of who I am. I wouldn't have respected it. It was a chance he had to go to AA or AAA. He went to the AA, and I was like, perfect. Because he wasn't, at that time, it was last year, he wasn't ready for the AAA. But now the time from now to last year, he like a whole different player. I'm like, damn, the way they evolve from year to year, and you can see the difference is crazy. Right. And you sitting back on the outside watching like, you wasn't doing that last year. Now you're gonna get that ball like, man. So it's fun to watch him. But I feel like had I tried to baby him, he wouldn't have been able to learn that on his own. Because he got to fail, and then he'll come and be like, all right, let's go work. Right. I don't like what just happened. Right. But he got to learn that. Had I tried to call him the whole time, he won't never learn how to fail. And I don't hype him up. I keep it real. He's like, you did that? I'm like, it was all right. You know? I got to keep it real. He's like, oh, so you saying that? I'm like, you good, but you ain't good enough not to go practice. Ain't nobody good enough not to go practice. Like, it was so-so, you know? So I have to keep it real with him, because we came up in realness, and the world going to keep it real with him.
I think it's got to be hard to have dads like us. It's got to be, because you ain't getting no slack, man. Like, you got to do something really dope.
When you get a compliment, you earned it. You go, hey, boy, you wouldn't have got that, boy. Like, he was like, you gave me a compliment. Like, yeah. I'm like, man, when you do the good, I'm going to give it to you. When you earn your bad compliments, I'm going to give you a bad compliment.
Nah, Carter get the car now. He don't even say nothing. He just wait for me to say something, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's good or bad, then we can talk. He don't even say that until I say something.
Hey, waiting to check your temperature. Let me see what you say. Nah, you got to do it.
We haven't done this before off the record, on the field. For the first time, I want to do it just because we got multiple generations. We're going to do a 3-player draft. You can draft any player from any generation. I need 2 hitters. I need a pitcher. Mr. Sam Allen, you get the first pick. In this draft, we're going to circle it around. From there, we're going to finish with Termarr. Termarr, we're going to back it up. You're going to get 2 picks in a row, and we're going to go. And we're going to match our teams up. Right. You could go with your hitters first or your pitchers first. I'm going to give you the first pick. Chef, you up next, so start thinking.
Well, I'm going to go with Willie Mays.
Woo! Ooh, he set the bar high.
Yeah.
We got Willie.
Because I met him, you know, and we had a relationship. So
Mrs.
I'm gonna go King Griffey Jr.
All right. We got 2 off the board. C.
It's on me?
Yep.
Barry.
Ooh.
Barry,
go
dog.
I'm going Chef.
Ooh, all right.
Good pick.
Hey, he took Barry from me.
Yeah, because what they don't know, I'll show you some stats. Because just because you got more home runs than me, I'll show you some stats. I'm better than most people think. And I guarantee you that. The right people know.
That's it. Well, I'm going to jump in and I'm going to bring it to you tomorrow. I'm going to take Hank Aaron now, Phil. All right. You get 2 picks right now.
I get 2 picks.
You get 2 picks because we're going to bring it back.
Nobody towing the rubber better than CC. You see what I'm saying? You towing the rubber. We gonna do that. And then for my hitter, any generation. It's weird, but I'm gonna go Bo Jackson. I'm gonna go Bo Jackson. Yeah.
So we're gonna bring it back. So it'll be me, then it'll be Edwin C. So come back to y'all start thinking picks. All right. I'm gonna get on the mound. I heard that, and Sam, you tell me the truth. They said if they put the bubblegum wrapper out there, he could hit the left side and the right side of that bubblegum wrapper. I'm taking Satchel.
yeah, well, you took a good man.
That's it. I'm taking
Good
Satchel.
man. And
Go ahead.
look, and he pitched at him about 65.
Yeah. So I can keep him running.
Yeah.
I ain't got to worry about his elbow in the cold or in the warm.
Right.
All right.
Pitch every day.
And the only reason I didn't take Barry, what's the home run king name?
He took him already.
Yeah.
Who took?
He took
Hank.
Hank. He took Hank. That's why I took Barry, because he took Hank.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
gonna take another one. Josh what?
Gibson.
All right.
There you go.
There you go.
Now
That
I
would be
got
you.
another home run king.
There you go. We're gonna be hitting that ball. They better move the fences
I'm
back.
going to the mound. I'm gonna go, since I had his number given after me, I'm going Don Newcomb. That's who my number came from.
All right. CC and then Sam, you got 2 picks to finish off your 3. So CC up.
I'm going to go Bob Gibson.
Oh, man.
I got Barry, Bob Gibson.
All right. 2 picks to finalize your team.
Well, I'm gonna
Got
pick,
Willie already.
I tell you what, I'm gonna go with Dan Bankhead.
All right, you got one more. Oh, that's your last pick? That's his last pick?
Yeah.
Or you got one more? You got one more. That's his pitcher? You got his
Yeah.
pitcher, you got Willie, and then you got one more pick.
One more pick.
Yep.
He's already been picked. Well, I'm gonna go with Strawberry.
All right.
I'm going with Strawberry.
Yeah.
I'm going with my man
All
Strawberry.
right.
Yeah.
Now we coming back to you for your
Now,
third
you
pick.
can't have no bench sitting up on no couch, and we gonna mention this man.
Yeah.
Without the substance abuse, I'm telling him because my granddad ordained this. Doc Gooden, because he was supposed to be the greatest pitcher of all time.
Yeah.
My granddad didn't let him throw a breaking ball. He taught him how to hit corners with the fastball and pitch to every angle and make it look like a breaking ball. And then when he started throwing the breaking ball, he had one of the best 12 to 6 pitches you've seen.
Yeah.
And he beat you with 2 pitches.
2 pitches.
Just 2.
Come on, how many pitches you seen in a game now?
That's
They got all
why I knew
them
you
tight. They got this way,
That's why
that
I knew
way.
you were gonna be a good hitter because you could hit him. That's right. Yeah. Oh yeah, I know. When you were young, you could hit him. Yeah.
We used to battle.
Oh, yeah.
And like me and CJ just talked about our kids. Doc ain't take it easy on me. And when I look back at it, that's why I said we was on a journey, man. And when I say we used to go neighborhood to neighborhood, and Doc used to be the pitcher, I had to catch him, and we played strikeout on the street. And if I missed the ball, it's going all the way down the street. Imagine catching a rubber ball that looked like a baseball with no face mask. He said, you ain't got to worry about getting hit in the face. Ain't nobody going to hit it. And I had to catch it. I had to learn how to catch him. And so that's how we learned the hard way.
Yeah.
That's a solid squad. See?
Then,
Go ahead.
Then I'm gonna tell you something too. We use a tennis ball and a broomstick.
Yep.
You throw that tennis ball and you curve it,
Right.
and you could throw it 100 miles an hour. And you take that broomstick, you got to hit with that broomstick.
Yeah.
See?
Yep.
Yep.
You know that game they play where they throw this ball and this thing be doing all of this? The wiffle ball. So we used to take a cup ball and wrap it with tape, and you could make it break more. So we learned, like when Doc them used to play in Little League. So us kids is 5 and 6 years old, we used to get behind the dugout and play strikeout behind the dugout. And you'll have 5 kids out there catching it, and then you had a pitcher and the hitter with the stick. Right. And so we learned how to hit breaking balls because this thing was spinning probably like this much, breaking to the plate. But we had to stay in there, not with fearing getting hit. So we learned the game the hard way.
I see we over to you for your third and final.
Aaron Judge.
Ooh, nice.
I got one more hitter. Hold on, I still got to get a hitter.
You got one, yep.
Ooh, I'm going to go with one of my first locker mates that I got to play with. There was a legend at the time, living legend at the time, and he wasn't even finished yet. I'm going to go Ricky Henderson. I'm going to go Ricky Henderson.
Man.
That's
good. Now,
Rick.
what y'all didn't see that I picked straight down the middle of the field. Catcher, pitcher, center field.
Yeah, smart man.
Tomorrow you got your last one.
You got your last one coming up.
I got my last one. I'm gonna go with a winner, cold hard winner, Mookie Betts. He a winner. I'm going ahead,
That's it.
Yes, sir.
Now whose team gonna win?
Right?
Your team gonna win.
I'm gonna wrap it up here. My pops this was his favorite player growing up, and for me, it stands out because the man went back-to-back MVPs on a last place team 2 years in a row. Let's play 2, Mr. Ernie Banks. That's who I'm going with. Yeah. Hey, right? Yeah. Did it on both sides. So we gonna wrap with that. You know, to be able to bring multiple generations together, not only for this conversation, but with probably one of the most epic drafts that I've ever seen and been a part of. I'd love to see this thing play out. 1, it's gonna sell out, first and foremost. 2, you're gonna see a little bit of everything and anything with the trash talk mixed in, with the sitting down, with the who can hit it the furthest, all wrapped in where you can't get it, but with black baseball. That's right. That's what we have been able to put together, not only in this conversation, with these teams and these players we looked up to, that we grew up wanting to be like, that we emulated, that we tried our best to do. Starting at the top with you, Mr. Sam Allen, and everything you did for us, to Gary over here, with us getting a chance to watch, CeCe, Edwin, and I, and this next generation saying, I want to be like Termarr Johnson. I want to be drafted. I want to be that kid. It's all continuing to go. So I thank you all for being here in Baha Mar at the Jazz Club. Before we go, Sam, you got to bring me some of them 10 albums you had, which you got from the Columbia Club, so we can go ahead and put them on the turntable here so we can get it going.
Yeah. See, that was one thing that we did. We were into jazz.
Yeah. That's why we got you here.
We were into jazz, Miles, Train, Cannonball. I was telling the Hawk. He's Florida A&M. See, Cannonball was from Florida A&M.
My youngest son just signed to Florida A&M.
Yeah.
Yes.
I heard you got a little footwork on that dance floor too. They say you got a couple
You want
moves
to
on
get out
the
there and
dance
show
floor.
us something to take us home?
Who is that?
You?
Oh, no. Now we got a young man. Hey, young man.
Your moves. You know, 5 heartbeats when he came in there with them youngsters. He said, let me see your moves. Just like I thought.
Show me what you're working with, huh?
That's what you're telling us.
So with that, we thank you again for being with us. It's been absolutely amazing. Keep tuning in. The conversations get better and better. Again, thank the panel that we have for being here. We truly appreciate you joining. Keep supporting the Players Alliance. And all that we do, we take making these dreams a reality. So thank you.